Yes.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I said that I would do a video on various thingamajiggers and shapers and how much volume they actually add. I'm going to throw out from the beginning, I don't cover for religious reasons, so for those of you that have bad pain days or mobility days, feel free to have your husbands watch this so that they can help you do this. I've got my mom in charge of the camera. She's helping, so if she asks me questions about how to do things, that's what's up. So I'm going to have her come around to the back, and I have a little mirror in front of me so that I can see what I'm doing. But that's mostly what I wore today. We actually had some malfunctions with the camera, so there's no velvet headband under here. But that's how my bun usually looks. And what I'll do is I'll show you a bunch of different ways of doing it. So this is just a thick scarf. It's actually the one I was wearing earlier today. Just wrapped a little differently because, like I said, we had malfunctions. Okay, so this is my miracle thingy. This is my 2-in-1. It's the sand or the taupe or whatever. But all I do is it is just wrapped around, and I'll show you how I do that. Okay, like I said, I usually have a velvet headband on, but there was malfunctions. There was camera malfunctions, so we took it down. So there's hair. So what I do is I just bring it up like I'm going to do like a high ponytail. And I give it some twists. And I try to remember to twist it, a different direction every few days and kind of give it a different stress point. And the wonderful scrunchie. This is actually just a basic scrunchie. I want the oomph-tastic amazing scrunchie. I haven't gotten it yet, mostly because I haven't ordered it, but it's on the list. Okay, so I do that, and most days, get that folded over, all I do is get that set on my head, and it's just a crisscross, because I try to avoid knots like the plague. I am headache prone, and knots are evil. For some people I know they work, but for me, I'm just getting it folded so that it'll lay a little flatter, and I bring it kind of around the bun. And I'm hoping my hands aren't in the way too much, but I know that they probably are, so
They're actually okay.
Hoping it makes sense. And I do that, and it's still on this layer. I mean, nobody ever sees this layer, maybe like the very edge of the bottom or on my forehead, but it helps smooth everything out and give the illusion that I've got more. And for me, it feels very secure to have that and then do all the pretty over it. You do have to watch tassels if you do that because they stick out and people think they're hair. Which may be why people ask me how long my dreads are. And the answer is no. I cannot get my hair to dread to save its life. Okay, so that's option number 1. Option number 2 is one of these thingies. I have no idea what they're called. They're the thingy. They're the donut thingy. You can do it with a rolled sock or with the official thingy. And you just kind of draw your hair through it. And then I split it in half-ish. Bring half of it toward the top and half toward the bottom. Kind of spread it around a little bit. The ever amazing scrunchie. Which looks really dumb, but hey, what it looks like under there, it's not the point. And I just kind of spin it around so that it's more of like a ballerina bun type shape. And then I'll show you what that looks like with a basic scarf. I have to fold it not as over for that because there's a lot more oomph. And I don't think I got that on there very in the middle. But you can kind of squish it over and get it middle-ish. And again, even when I'm doing like that, I use my 2-in-1 to smooth my edges, which are not cooperating on this one. And sometimes they just kind of end up under and get told to shush. Let's see, get this side to half cooperate. It's also very weird to do this without the velvet headband. I would not have thought that it made that big of a difference, and I could feel everything slipping and sliding. So seriously, if you don't own a velvet headband, go fix it right now. You know, so you do that, and when you okay, so that's how much volume that is.
Okay.
You know, and should I wrap real fast to show with a thing? Yeah, you get the idea. You gals are smart. You know, if you're using a thick pashmina, you're going to get more volume. You use a thin stuff, you're going to get less. Yeah. Okay. The big one. Okay, I can undo this. There we go. I don't tend to use this one very often because it is not friendly to hair, but it is an option. Okay. Now, to use the shaper, and I think I have a small shaper only. Let's see. This one, I tend to do it as a really high messy bun for under my shaper. I know that some people will do it really low, but that... Okay. Everything's slipping and sliding. So we'll try that again. And this is where you get that Smurf look that we all like at the beginning of our shows, of our videos. There we go. I will force it to cooperate. That does sometimes happen, that one gets tied. Okay, and that is how much volume that adds, which if I again use my 2-in-1, barely fold it over this time. Let's see if I bring it all the way up. And around. And yeah, even with this, I like to have my 2-in-1 just to smooth everything out, because I know that there will be edges that try to go crazy, or hair that goes flying out, or, you know, whatever. So if I'm on a volumizer day or shaper, depending on what you want to call it, I still believe in this. You know, and you do end up, I know that you can feel and you can probably see the edge right there. Once you start adding on different colors and especially anything thicker, but even just thinner as you add more stuff, you can't even see that. But that's how much volume, which I don't usually do, so it feels odd. But for an example, we'll use some more Wrapunzel stuff. This is another 2-in-1, and we'll be able to show what I generally do if I do have a shaper, so that we can see how much volume. And that's just a quick crisscross, and then my gold shimmy, the one that I snagged at work. So I gotta get my seamstressing on with that. You know, and I just crisscrossed in the back because, yep. And I find that you have to kind of find the edge to be able to tuck things. And we'll go up with the shimmy again. 10 zillion little fringes. It's the only thing I don't like about the shimmy is there's just a lot of fringe on the edge. And I'm not a huge fan of fringe. I should go through and trim it off. But I worry that I would goof it up and break it. So I just tuck it. I think my shimmy was still folded in almost thirds from the last time I used it. So, but that gives you an idea of, flying fringe. And don't be scared of the scarves, man. You can tuck those all over the place and just grr, you know. But that's how much volume you get with that, and that is actually really comfortable. So I'm probably just gonna leave that while I cook dinner. So that's how much oomph you get out of that, and we're good to go. Hit the button, Mom.
What?
The same one again.
It's not there.
Then the square.